Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adobe Live. I'm your host, Kieran Lewis, a freelance graphic designer, and today is part two of Creative Director Alex Lazaris' stream. Alex, how you doing, bro?
Fantastic, man. I'm so stoked to be back here with you for day two.
Yeah, day two. Where has the time gone from yesterday, man? It's gone way too
Seriously.
quick. A massive welcome to you lovely people coming into the chat. I can see you're coming in nice and thick and fast. Hello to Carol, Katerina, there we go, Steve, Voodoo, and yeah, I can see you guys coming in thick and fast. So a massive welcome. If you're tuning in on YouTube or Behance, send some love in the chat. Where are you streaming from? We'd love to see. Show us an emoji form. If we could do it via dance, we could, but we can't in this case, so we'll do it via emojis. Let us know what you're thinking. And before we get into the real thick of it, if you've missed the previous stream, you can view the replay on Behance and YouTube. Check out our photographer and digital artist, Becca B. York, where she will be showing you guys how to create some awesome worlds from 3D models and photos using Photoshop. And on a final note, today's even more extra special because we have our artist spotlight. So if you're quite new to what that is, that's basically a segment in our stream where we show a bit of love to some creators in the community. So definitely stay tuned for that. But now we are Alex, man. Take it away, who you are and what you're about and what you'll be working on for our lovely audience today.
Yeah, absolutely. So hello, everyone. I'm Alex Lazaris. I'm a creative director and owner of Lazaris, a creative boutique design studio. We were located in Portland. Now we're kind of all over the place. Portland, San Francisco, New York, LA, whatever it is, that's where we're at. We work on kind of translating brand experiences from small, medium, extra large companies and translating across all types of media, whether it's print, digital, web, product, you name it, we can do it. Interior design, all those things. Lots of fun. I see a lot of my besties here in chat today. Annika, Steve, Voodoo, Val. Voodoo, you missed out yesterday. We had so much fun early on making some memes and some memes. And
love me some memes.
Comic Papyrus. It was delightful. I know you've missed out on so much. Thank you for coming back, Voodoo. I thought I scared you away.
We missed you, Val. We missed you, Val. We did.
But so in case you missed yesterday, no worries. We'll get you all caught up. Essentially, what we're working on today is a kind of tech futuristic brand design type thing. It's completely a personal project. I love my chat. I need you all. I need your ideas. I need your brains. Help me be a better designer, better creative director. Yes. All the time. So what we did was I kind of came to the table with some ideas around a name. Chat helped make it even better. The original name that I had was Vix. I wanted it to feel like kind of like ambiguous, very tech, very just like, what does this company do? Think about like, I don't know, crypto, Bitcoin, NFTs, metaverse, all these companies with like random made up names that are worth millions of dollars. That's what I wanted to make. So that's what we're doing. Nice. Yesterday, chat said Bix, Vix, Nix,
Vox, everything. Yeah, there was like an adaptation on top of the names. It was like building blocks, right? We had that kind of almost Tetric Qubits like vibe going on in the chat, which was nice.
Absolutely. So then we started off with Vix, and then quickly, I think Steve or Sean yesterday said something around like Vox being Latin for voice or something like that. Yeah. So we incorporated that and we started running with Vox. On the left side, you can see a bunch of just like type things around some initial ideas that I wanted to bring to the table to kind of inspire it. What we ended up doing was taking this original one from Panagram. Panagram, it's a type foundry called, the typeface specifically is called New Bit. If you are just starting off on your design career and you're looking for like type that's not found in like the Adobe Creative Suite, which is a massive repository for you, and you're starting to familiarize yourself with type foundries that you might be able to work with or be interested in. Sometimes it can be pretty expensive. What I ended up doing was downloading their starter font pack. It was like $30 US, I believe. It comes with some billboard mockups and things like that. We'll be working through some of their billboard mockups today as well. That's all included in that pack. It gives you a bunch of like some of the files within that. You can see a bunch of the ones on the left are actually from that starter kit itself. So highly recommend it. $30 is not too much for design files for fonts and stuff, especially with, I think you get like 12 or 20 fonts, something like that. So check it out, Pangram. And then we ended up taking that type that they had. I didn't like how tall it was. I wanted for a 3-letter word. I wanted it to feel and fill that space a little bit more. So we ended up working with our own cubes based off that typeface, and then creating our own custom built VIX. We ended up doing like some half measures, half steps. That's kind of how we aligned all these for the diagonals. And then we were like, okay, if we're gonna make the X, what does it look like? Made it look like a jumping jack emote without a head, or a shrugging person.
That was the vibe we were going for.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love when personal projects just feel like you just shrugged halfway through. Just kidding.
Even more so when you got like the chat sort of highly interactive, right? And throwing things at you. That was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Chat was throwing things around. We ended up getting down to here. It was pretty great. And then kind of moved it up into this space here. I ended up adding just a little extra filigree on the tips of the O. Putting like kind of like a crosshair. Maybe this is a video gaming type company. I don't know. It's kind of working. And we ended up making a badge for this as well. We made a bunch of patterns. So you can see where the V starts to work. We ended up actually taking the V, the O, and the X and making patterns directly out of them. But there's like so many patterns we can make with this. I think with the pixel patterns, you can have so much fun with it. I love patterns. I love making things that, either yourself or a client could leverage as an additional element. Maybe it's a tile in a store or the studio or whatever. I think that's really cool. And I think it lends itself really nicely to that. A lot of this work is heavily inspired by the like tech futuristic trend stuff happening right now on like Behance and even some like asset kits and things like that you might be seeing around the market. So I love this like neon Gatorade vibrant, yellow and lime colors. So we started to pull that into the collateral system. Now today is all fun and games. So now we've got our logo and we feel pretty good about it. Now we're just going to start hammering out assets. So chat, again, highly collaborative today. If you have copy that you want me to include, if you've got mockups specifically that you're trying to see, if you have questions, let me know, let Kieran know. We're happy to answer them.
Throw them in.
So let me just recap. Teasers of what's going to come today.
You're treating us early on, Alex. I love that.
So excited. We got so many mockups today. Nice. So yesterday we ended up going into Dimension, and then I ended up finding this orb, shooting it, rendering it off the stream. But let me see if I can find the actual mockup of the screen that I did yesterday. So we ended up making a football club. Let me show you that first. So we jumped straight into not even collateral system yesterday. We worked straight into very soccer or football oriented design, almost like we have already sponsored our own team. If you're been around the block with Adobe Creative Cloud, Nick Longo, we threw his logo on there that I made him one stream on there just as a sponsor. We have additional sponsor placements. So if anybody in there wants to throw some money at me to put your logo on there.
I mean, already read about the promoted scene anyway, so it's all good.
Exactly.
All since yesterday.
So yeah, I ended up off stream. I just ended up adding some black socks and stuff just really quick. But this is where the jersey's at now. Now we're moving into a little bit more of the collateral brand system. We ended up taking this orb, shooting it in Dimension, showing you how instead of buying a 3D asset or a PNG of a 3D asset from somebody else, you can use Dimension to shoot it yourself, light it, and render it, bring it in your own projects. I ended up playing with this a little bit more last night and then having a couple more in-situation mock-ups as well that we might be able to use. But we might dabble a little bit more in Dimension today. And Annika says sponsored by the Meme Bros. That's a great
I
idea.
love that. That's a I've been seeing the chat's been super active. Like literally the first 5 minutes, everyone's been on it, and that's what we like to see. You keep those kind of interactions coming. Because yesterday, I mean, we plowed through a lot yesterday, and we almost had like sweaty thumbs where it got to that point where we wanted to make sure we got collateral done, and we did. So Alex was saying yesterday, you guys obviously, hopefully you didn't miss it, but if you did after this, by all means, definitely check out the replay. But today it sounds like we've got a nice mountain to climb, man. Exciting.
Yeah, it's massive. And I'm going to need help with copy and all those great things that chat is so good at. So definitely help out. This is the updated render in the piece. I think it's cool. It's ambiguous. It also, I realized afterwards, kind of feels like an old nostalgic soccer ball a little bit in this specific mock-up.
That's a good shot.
You know, there's like, you know, I'm just pointing at things now in the air. That's very helpful. So yeah, so it's fun. I think this is cool. Now let's start to get into some more mock-ups, some in situation, and then maybe start talking about our ambiguous tech project. But first of all, we need a fire extinguisher because I have this mock-up. I think it's so cool. I've never been able to do a mock-up for a client, so
do it definitely. When you're getting a chance to a football kit and a fire extinguisher all in the same window, bro.
Yeah, much. Dude.
Document this. Nothing never happens.
Exactly.
Except for today, of course.
Yeah, this is what Adobe Live exists for. So I can finally use all my mockups that I have. Look at that. That's so cool already. Like, man.
I even love the sort of the top part. I know that's part of the mock that came with it. That sort of like aluminium style. Yeah, I mean, that's like I don't even want to use it. I just want to put it in a glass cabinet and just marvel at it for.
The host is so aggressive. I've never seen one that aggressive, but I'm here for it.
Awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, I mean, yesterday was awesome because I think a lot of people are quite, especially the 3D part as well. They were very new. We had a lot of questions about mockups, which is actually quite awesome because, especially if you're quite new to Adobe Live, it ranges, right? The people we have on here, whether it's people who are senior creators, been doing it for years, or if you're just starting out, or if you're just curious about design. You know, these are the best place to kind of get that inspiration and also ask questions. If anything seems a bit strange, or we're jumping into different programs at this, you know, at multiple times, you know, definitely slow us down and throw those questions in there. No such thing as a stupid question if you don't know the answer. That's my motto.
That's a great motto.
Got me through uni, but yeah.
Let me try to move it around. Whatever. All right, let's see. I just have all the mockups open right now. I cannot wait to get further along in the stream and not have all my tabs open.
Do you have like a I've got like a hard drive with just filled to the brim of just emergency mockups. You just never know. You might need a mockup for a stationary pack or a leather sofa, which you might, I don't know, just a random thing. Exactly. Why did I say that? Do you have like a sort of emergency archive of just like a saved up stuff where you get things from?
Absolutely, but the issue is that I keep making those and I keep losing them, and I have a million of them now, and I'm nice. Lost cause on that now.
The worst is when you, I don't know, I think maybe a lot of designers have done this, but you get a mock-up where you think it's a good mock-up, you open it and actually they've lied. It's a flat. Oof. You can't even edit, dude. There's no clipping mask. It's just you gave us false promises to the people who ever put that online.
That is true. That is very true.
Or you won't get that on Adobe stock.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought, you know, you can edit and you just can't. It's such a disappointment. See, it's kind of fun, but like I think we can have a little bit more fun with this. So I'm gonna make like a aim here sign or something like that. Might be helpful. Aim here.
I love in the chat, Anika's already, she's so sharp with it. I love that. That did happen to me recently actually, where I downloaded a mock-up and then it just wasn't the one. Perhaps I didn't read it right actually. That's probably why it's a mistake on my part. But yeah, that has happened. And we've got a question from Chris and from Voodoo, which is similar in terms of where can we get mock-ups? Where do you tend to get your mock-ups from, Alex? Like your little resource?
That's a great question. I typically get them from all over the place. So I'm not really loyal to just one place. I get them from Adobe Stock. I get them from You Work For Them. I get them from Creative Market. I make a lot of my own as well. The soccer kit one that I had from yesterday was from Yellow Images. The really cool snazzy ones that I'm using today are from supply.family, I believe. Very fancy, very expensive, very fun though. And then what else? And then the billboards ones that I'm talking about are from the Pangram starter type kit, and I think they did a collaboration with somebody to make those like available, so I can show you really quick.
Awesome.
So this one's from Supply Family, this one's from Supply Family, this one's from Supply Family, This one is from Pengram. It even says it right there, PPF font starter template. PPF.
Nice.
Dimension, PPF, and dimension.
Also, I mean, there's a lot of we've kind of touched on this about yesterday, but there's definitely a benefit to using mockups with clients and almost allowing them to see that sort of final execution of how that deliverable will look in situ. I can see Chris is he said in the chat, you know, he's struggling in terms of excuse me, trying to find places to get mockups. So hopefully those places that Alex has listed helps you out, and also Behance as well. I mean, obviously, hopefully, you know, you maybe tune in via Behance, but you know, you'll realize there's a lot of creatives who actually add mockups as part of their projects as well. So you can download, you can credit them as well, and you can see a bit more about who they are as well, which is it kind of gives back into the community as well, especially when you pay for certain mockups as well, right? So yeah, definitely have a nice little bookmark selection of mockups because you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, I found a lot of incredible typefaces from just like typing in fonts or free fonts on Behance. Has given me so many, you know, great pieces. And obviously check out their licensing and see if you can use it for commercial projects if that's what you're trying to do. But yeah, it's been super helpful.
Steve's comment said regarding your extinguisher, that extinguisher looks so small it might last for 4 seconds of spray on a fire. I wouldn't want to have that. If there was a fire in my house, that would be scary times.
Just don't miss. Just don't miss.
Or just have multiple cannons and then adds up from like 4 to like 40. I don't know. That's still not enough time. But.
I think it's telling how many fires Steve is starting if he's worried about, you know, for the normal people that
this
don't
is
start
getting
fires.
dark. This is getting dark. Where did it go? Okay, it was going so well. Brilliant. No, we love those kind of comments. Keep those coming in, definitely. And like we said, guys, this is a very, you know, highly interactive stream. So definitely kind of get any suggestions you guys might have. If you see something, you think, oh, that could be quite cool, font we could use, definitely get those in there. Oh, if you also know about Alex and his background, you know, creative background, creative upbringing, definitely throw those in there. I'm sure he'll be happy to answer them. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, there we go. That typeface is a lot nicer. It's always funny whenever you have like very like T's and H's and I's that are all very just linear, and then you've got the breakdown on the other stuff.
It knows you're afraid.
Boom, aim this way. This kind of feels like an off-white thing where it's just like overly explaining what's happening. Not mad about it. All right, aim this way, Vox. What else do I add to this? I feel like I need something else.
What would you guys need in your Vox Canon if you had one of these little bad boys at home? What would you need? Direction of how to use it, maybe? I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. Would I even know? I'm sure. Maybe.
That's a great idea.
Don't want to use that as deodorant can, and then you realize it's the wrong kind of can.
Don't fires.
Nice. There we go, Steve. I hope we haven't singled you out there, but there we go.
Step 2. If fire starts,
run.
Don't panic. 3. Unpin. What's it called? Unpin.
Oh, dude, I know what you mean. The
stopper. Step 4. Aim at fire. Step 5.
This is not your first rodeo, dude. I can tell you're playing. It's like you know this stuff already. Like you've already made.
Got menu.
Here's what I made earlier, sort of thing.
No. Step 5. Oh, squeeze. Handle. Step 6. Continue holding handle down till fire is. I don't want to write extinguish. It's too many letters.
That's okay. To make it easy for the canon, so you can get to enough word. do it in like a emoji language. That'd be quite funny.
Tweet about your experience. Boom.
See, Christine's already ahead of you. She's like super streamlined it. Pull pin, aim, spray, side to side. I think. There we go. I mean,
oh,
that's like a dance move, but also like you could work in this this format.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
You might just spray in one direction. It's just all around you. It's just like.
Am I missing something now? Okay. Is okay? You would think I would know. I've gone to so many fire briefings. I should know that. Let's see here.
I'm loving how this conversation turned, man. It's we've gone into like design to like fire safety, but I mean I'm down for that. If that's safety first, then teamwork.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This might be too small now. Let's see how this step goes. No, I feel like that's useful.
Yeah.
All right, let me just adjust the spacing on it. Cool, that's fun.
My brain's been thinking as well, like if there's like loads of things you need to do on the Canon itself, you could even just by number. So like number 1 is on like the sort of handle part, number 2 is like the pin part. So just literally by number. So you just know, follow the steps. Because my brain would just be like, there's too much thinking, the fire's getting quite hot in here. I don't know what I should do. Stop, roll and run.
Let me see if I can. Okay. All right, I'm doing a thing. Hold on. Thank you, Google. I don't know if this is actually fake or not, so
everyone gets their phones out and just
goes to like, don't do that. We don't know what this is. You're on your own for the
disclaimer. We have no idea where this leads to.
Yeah, image trace. Let's just make a
live trace, remove. Actually, on that topic of what we're doing now, is like I mean, for you guys, if you've seen any, this would be random actually, but any sort of objects where you've seen some like really cool way of how text is displayed on an object. It's quite vague. Not by object, I mean, basically it could be instructions for how to use something. It could be on packaging of food. Have you seen anything that you thought, I actually like how they've done this? Put it in the chat. Love to hear it. I mean, it literally be food packaging and just step off how you're making, a dish and just like visually how you interpret that.
That's
or a fire cannon.
Love that. All right, let me just make up some additional elements on there just so it's not an actual QR code of any sort. All right, beep boop boop, look, cuts.
You know what's weird? My brain just thought that because I saw I don't know, I think it was online, like it was like a GIF, but it was instructions for how to deal with a heat wave. So we had a heat wave in the UK, which probably the world knows about.
I was there during that. And it's great.
Great, yeah. Let's not get in. I mean, sweaty Betty on my end. And it's literally steps of how you deal with the heat in the London. It's either you just put your feet in cold water and have a cold drink. Pretty much that was it. But the way they'd done it and visually interpret it was quite clever. So yeah, that's kind of one of the instructions of visuals, how you interpret it. It's quite cool.
That's awesome. Oh no, it's white still. All right, fix that. So what I'm doing here is just throwing a color on the background behind this object so I can find all the white pieces and then delete them so I have transparency. Could also just select similar and delete that, but that would be way too efficient. Steve says I'm immortalized on a list of things to do. I love it.
So we've got a question whilst you're doing that from Val. Do you have any advice for us, Kieran Alex, for dynamic text lockups? Ooh.
Dynamic text lockups. What's a dynamic?
My brain's just thinking like a very cool way of like how a text would look. I mean, by all means, yeah, delve deeper, Val, if that's what you mean. But I'm thinking like a cool way of how you would display it. Yeah, there we go. Interesting ways of how you would do it. Organize text or any pro tips.
Interesting ways to organize text. Okay, so this really comes down to personal preference in terms of, I'm probably not even answering what you're going to ask, but I'm going to give my best shot. In my opinion, I personally think that whenever you're working with type and trying to figure out hierarchies and things like that, you can do it in a variety of different ways. I think you're probably seeing how I did it. I personally like to do a lot of my type building in Photoshop first, just because not Photoshop, in Illustrator, I feel like I can move things around a lot faster. Even in InDesign, I prefer to do type hierarchy first in Illustrator and then bring all my type styles and character styles in InDesign eventually. Photoshop for me is, I don't know, it's an extra friction point for doing it. You can absolutely do it that way. Some people prefer it that way. But as you can see here, I'm just typing it all out in Illustrator and then bring the smart shell object in. But you said, like Kieran was saying, text or instructions displayed in unique ways. Maybe if you have any tips as far as you try to do that. In terms of that, I would say I always try to print it out and see if what the minimal size is. So especially like packaging, nutrition, calories, all that stuff, that's also going to get scrutinized by the government. So you want to make sure that it's adhering to the local jurisdictions and all that stuff. Yeah, hopefully
that's a very good point. It's funny because it's almost like you go to TV commercials and they give you the whole massive pitch, and then at the end it's like the super quick T&Cs, which is almost the equivalent of like the T's and C's or tiny small print on a bottle, which is still very much important, right? Like you mentioned you hit the nail on the head. Legibility needs to be key. So kind of feeding on from what Val said. And from my opinion, it's definitely, you want the design obviously to look great and to shine, but you still need to maybe have those things that kind of are set in stone where it's still really important that it's functional as well. So things that need to be clear, need to be legible, like Alex said as well, printing out and testing. Because I think it's one thing to do it on screen, and then when you print and you put it on material or anything like that, or different stocks, nothing worse than it looks great on screen and you print and it's like, yeah, it's like 0.4, 0.5 or something like that, and it's way too small. Not even ants could read it. It's not great. So yeah, it's kind of crossing all corners really, and just testing. And the lockup, I mean, I kind of want to echo what you said, Alex, as well. I think it's weird because when I do, maybe say for example, branding, I actually draw as well a lot. So I kind of draw my hierarchy and, you know, way things might sit, if it sits on top, if it's tessellated or rotated. I'll draw those out first and then maybe scan them in and just work off that via Illustrator. But like Alex said as well, I'm the same. I prefer Illustrator because a bit more freedom. You can kind of move around as you see wish, and then obviously take it into whichever platform, I should say, that you want to work in, InDesign or Photoshop. But Illustrator is probably the baby that I start with first, just for flexibility. So hopefully that gives you guys some tips of how you can do your lockups.
Yeah, and you're, like you said, like you can use any tool that you feel the most comfortable with, as long as you're delivering the right files at the end of the day. Exactly. It doesn't really matter what you start with, especially in the concepting phase.
Definitely. So it's probably a good time to say, so about half an hour into our stream already. So if you have just joined us, whether it's on YouTube or Behance, firstly, welcome. Good to see you guys here. And you can see right now we have the awesome, talented creative director, Alex Lazaris, in Illustrator right now, working on his personal project, which is taking inspiration from tech, sci-fi, all things digital. And we did a bit of branding, and you can see we're working in between Illustrator, a bit of Photoshop, and we're just creating some instructions to sit on a few mock-ups. So if you have just landed here, welcome, and get those questions in the chat.
Wow, lots of Illustrator buffs in chat. That's awesome. That's great.
Illustrator crew today.
Cool. So I feel like, let's go back to it real quick. How are we feeling about this chat?
Can we zoom in a little bit? Maybe my eyes a bit like...
No.
Come on, let's go into the Matrix. Let's see how deep this rabbit hole really goes.
Wait, make sure it's centered. I guess it is centered. It's just that one line is so weird. All right. So we got safety instructions. It kind of wraps around the bottle. Oh, fine. I'm going to change this. This is, the stacking is bothering me. All right, continue holding down handle. Continue holding handle down. Squeeze handle, okay.
I guess as well, like adding the word step, I don't know, does that, because it's all about space, right, on the bottle. Like you're so limited to what you can do. You kind of have to, my brain's like, we just go with numbers, right? Just so you save 4 extra characters.
So smart.
Each dude, I mean, I write this stuff down. I'm not that smart. I just write. My brain's like, what is the most simplest way of seeing information? Yeah, especially if I'm in a fire as well. I just want to see what I'm doing. Get in and get out. Get in. Why do I want to get in?
I want to get into the fire.
I just realized I was like, who does that? That's Becca. So Becca, what do you say? If it needs to be graphics heavy, Photoshop, but if I'm exploring fonts and shapes, Illustrator. Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. And it's also nice to see what you guys and in the community, what do you guys feel more comfortable in using with your craft, with your line of work? The beauty of Adobe programs is that there is a lot of different programs for different things, but also they integrate with one another too, which is why these kind of tutorials are awesome, because you get to learn and create new things. But we would love to know what's your go-to program, or what ones you just really like doing as well. Actually, Illustrator seems to be a bit of a winner, but I'm also a sucker for InDesign too. So we'd love to hear what you guys think.
I forgot that I didn't tell people to stop squeezing the handle. It feels important.
Just continuously, eventually. My thumb's hurt now.
All right.
So Rock means 7 is missing. We're missing number 7.
Oh.
Oh, that's eagle eyes.
Wow, thank you, Chad.
Rotamy, thank you very much. That's sharp.
That makes me so much happier, because I did not want to get into 11. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. Good. Thank you, chat. Yeah.
It's funny. I remember when QR codes started to first appear, like, I don't know how many years ago it was, but I feel like when you just started to see it everywhere, and I'd always remember a story like my lecturer told me at uni where they saw a QR code when they were driving. I can't remember where they were, but they were like on the motorway, or I guess highway, is that what you call it in the US? Yeah, tomato. And there's a QR code on the billboard of on a motorway, but who in their right minds would ever need to get, how could, unless you broke your car down, maybe. Actually, that'd be quite smart if it was like for a breakdown emergency coverage.
Right next to a bunch of you put a bunch of nails on the road and you're like, need a tire fix?
It was all part of the master plan, just like QR code, phone. Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's all about the smart places where you might see them, or even places that you might find annoying. Who knows?
I don't know if I need the aim this way anymore. What do you think, chat? Remove aim this way or no? But yeah, the QR codes felt like they fell off, and then all of a sudden COVID happened and everybody's using them again for the restaurants.
Yeah, it's funny because my brain always thought you needed a QR reader, and then now it's just a camera, right? It just picks up on. Has it always been like that? I've always thought, I have to download an actual QR reader, which I always found a pain, because I'm like, I've got too many apps on my phone. I don't want to. I'm not going to make way for Spotify to put in this and other entertainment apps that I have on my mobile device. You're right. Yeah, QR's made a bit more of a comeback during the lockdown period.
Whoever made the QR code idea is laughing their way to the bank now. Like,
sitting in the giant QR for like a castle sort of style.
Yeah, exactly.
This is getting weird. Anika saying, keep it. Humans need instructions.
True.
I love that. That's so logical. I love. Yes, they do. Animals. No. There we go. No, they do. Humans do. Yes, Anika. Thank you.
Look at that. Wow.
Nice. What vibes are you, I'm quite curious for you guys in the chat. What vibes are you getting when you're seeing this? Especially if you maybe missed yesterday and you're seeing it for the first time. What is your vibe when you first see Vox? Are you thinking tech? Are you thinking something sci-fi related, something digital related, or none of the above? Let us know. What it could be anything. Do you get pizza vibes? I don't know why I said that, but it could. I don't know. All gaming vibes. Let us know. It'd be awesome to have.
Let me export this really quick.
It's actually a really cool mockup. Actually,
it's a great mockup.
Yeah, I'm just giving more time to actually digesting what we're looking at. It's actually it's different to like different styles of mockups you might get.
Yeah, it's so good. Come on, load. All right, cool. Alrighty, so that's one more mockup. We'll knock that out. Easy peasy clap. Nice. Save, I guess. Save that real quick. Food says these mockups are so good. Yeah, they're awesome. They're all in Supply
awesome.
Family. Definitely check them out. I feel like I don't like how the aim is right now. Maybe I need to just lower steps down.
It's interesting seeing the vibes everyone's getting. So we've got Carol who said, so the energy that you're picking up when you say this is Pac-Man. Chris said tech. Yeah, I guess it's I mean, that's kind of what we did a bit yesterday, but the idea of the kind of, you know, block, it's almost cuboid kind of shape, where they're stacking on top of each other. That's the kind of almost like 8-bit sort of style visuals that you're seeing back in the you know, 80s or whatever era it was. So yeah, that's the kind of vibe perhaps that you'll see, almost retro like as well. So hopefully they're rewarding that same kind of that same headspace.
Absolutely. No.
Becca said, I do not miss paper menus. Yeah. I kind of do, you know. I want to geek out here, but I remember like going on like my first date with my partner and like checking, like, it sounds weird. When you go to restaurants, I love, because I do editorial design, I love looking at design of menus, especially if it's been done in like someone actually took time to create this. It looks cool. It's branded well. I'm and a nice paper stock as well. I mean, I got to order the food too. I'm not going to be sat here for like 20 minutes looking at a menu, but I do appreciate a good design menu. Yeah, I do. But nowadays, yeah, like Becca said, it's all online. People may not miss it. Do you miss it? Let us know in the chat. Do you miss print menus if they're still a thing?
I miss a good print menu. I miss holding menus. I think
like physical.
As somebody who's struggled with battery life on their phone for a lot of my adult career, I get a sense of anxiety when there's like 5% left on my battery and I have to now go online and or borrow my friend's phone to check the menu. You know, I'm like, why are you taunting me? Yeah.
Dude, you don't have like one of those like utility belts where you've got like little portable chargers all stacked up like Batman sort of stuff. Just rip them out and just like, you need power? I got you. Just like,
that's hilarious. I love that.
I actually have like 2 on me. It's so sad. Like, I feel like you can live without the phone, but yeah, I need to have like a backup for the backup. When it comes to portable chargers. You know, but these days, I guess a lot of places have actually ports already, so you're not probably too far away from the nearest charging port if you have a USB cable.
Do people let you just charge places?
I mean, it's like do we talk about it kind of thing? Maybe on the trains in the UK. I don't know if it's in the US, but in the there's a lot of do they not? Like, there's a lot of trains. Yeah, there's a few ports like you can just charge up.
Especially all the like fancy new ones you guys have. Oh my goodness.
Like I mean, you're flattering us now. You're flattering us.
Queen Elizabeth line is
yes.
Look at me. I'm a train connoisseur.
You know about I mean, I haven't been on that line yet, and I've heard good things.
The Gatwick Express is pretty good too.
Yeah, that's actually on the line here, actually. Yeah. Like, you know about the London way of living, and I feel rubbish. I don't know anything about LA, and my brain is just.
We have no trains.
You don't need trains. Just teleport everywhere.
We need trains. The traffic situation in LA is missing a lot.
Just the smog in the air. Just would have put.
Oh.
No, I'm sure it's not like that.
No, I'm sure I've lost like a lot of my life to pollution. It's
like, why am I laughing? That's dark. Yeah, we got a few people. Yeah, I'm not the only one. People do miss menus. That's nice to see. We've got Izzy who misses the menu, and Nika. Yes, people do miss the menu. I'm sure they are still there, the old school restaurants perhaps. But yeah, most places now seems to be, and I get it. I guess it's a much more easier way to just have information. Everyone's got a mobile phone. I get it, but print is still our friend too, right? So it's all good.
All right, I think I feel better with the pattern up there.
That looks cool. Yeah.
And
it kind of goes at the motion as well of like what will come out potentially when you do spray, if it does come out, like just loads of zigzags, you know, cartoon like. Nice.
I realized why I didn't like the aim this way, and I think it's because it was a serif originally.
This is so random. I've got. Is it AC/DC like walk this way? I'm hearing aim this way.
I think so, right?
Is it AC/DC? Yeah. I feel like it is. Anyway, I just had aim this way, and I'm just thinking of music. Actually, on that topic, I'm quite curious. When you're in the full-fledged mode of like I say a deadline, do you work in silence? What's your vibe? Are you working the music in the background? Like how do you kind of get into that place of I'm focus mode? Do you need things around you? Well,
music? Man, typically, like, it depends on where I'm at in this stage. I think if I'm like writing strategy documents or copying stuff like that, I need like just kind of more ambient music, something that's like a little bit more flowy, but and no like words. But if I'm like just riffing on stuff, I can have like a podcast up or a Twitch stream or music with words and stuff in it. Pretty much just depends on my mood that day.
I heard that. I feel like I'm sure it might have been a Val stream, but I saw a stream the other day, well, a while back, and we touched on the same topic. And I think Mensa mentioned about like musical soundtracks. So you got like Interstellar and I'm down for that because I guess it's more instrumental rather than it is lyrical, and you can just otherwise I'll just be singing along, which is not good for anyone. But I think it's the idea of just having the background beat and your kind of moves and emotion. Yeah, I'm down for like a Hans Zimmer Interstellar soundtrack whilst I'm in the mode of a hardback publication. Metallica, there we go. Anthony's was it Metallica? I don't know. Aerosmith, that's it. There you go, Steve. Thanks, man. You got us covered.
Steve just trolling.
What about you guys in the chat? What's your when you're working? Do you need a bit of music in the background? Is it even Adobe Live? Is it one of those streams in the background too? It's nice to have sometimes in the background. People are working whilst you are. Are you doing that right now as we speak? Let us know. What is your thing? How do you like to focus and work?
Where did my box logo went away? It's almost like I should be labeling my files. What?
Or color code, man. I color code. Yeah, is that too much effort? I don't know. I always find that too much.
I feel like when I'm trying to sprint through things, especially on Adobe Live, I become everything that everybody's teachers always tell them not to be. They're like, don't pull in Alex. You need to, actually label your files and things like that.
You're that cool kid in the back who's just like, he's not listening, but then when it comes to exams, he's getting an A*. It's classic.
Exactly. No. I've spent so much time on this mockup already. All right.
It's looking good though, man. Do you know what's funny? Because the QR code, it does. Is it quite close to the X? I don't know. My brain. It looks like a little asterisk star.
It probably is now. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna move it up.
It's a smidge.
I'm gonna get rid of the aim. I'm forcing aim again. Aim hasn't been a thing for like since what, early 2000s, so we don't need to bring
you're trying to bring it back. You're trying to revive the aim.
Yeah. Trying to bring AOL back.
Rekindle the aim. And it's actually cool to see everyone's vibe when it comes to this the music. I can see a lot of people have different vibes. We've got Kay here who said smooth jazz on YouTube. That's their jam. I'm liking that. Nice. And also Taku Duaze, I hope I'm saying it correctly. Music all the way as well. Jazz. Bit of BB King. Nice. Awesome. I like you guys' style. Oh, good question from Ms. Val. Speaking on color coding, any advice for project organization? I love these questions. Why don't you go first?
Oh, you're gonna make me go first.
I can. I mean,
I was just gonna say ditto to whatever you said.
It's not fair if you answer because you answered for. I'll throw it in there, don't. It's funny because I was uni. I was quite organized, but I think for me the real time I became really organized and knowing how the importance of color code or even just really good structure was when I worked in my first job as a junior designer at ad agency, and it was the art director there who was very particular with how organizing should be. Almost annoying, but to a point where I just wouldn't get it. I really wouldn't get it. I was frustrated because it seemed too much. And then I realized when I couldn't find things, well, that's why. And I've adopted that ever since. And we're going back 8 years ago. And every time any job comes in, I literally do like folder design and then break that down into IDD, PSD, AI, like every single thing. Because even more so when you say send to a client or send to, whoever's maybe continuing it on if they do, for them, it's a lot easier just to have everything nicely structured. There's no back and forth emails. No one needs that in their life. So it just makes your life easier. And also the client too. So yeah, I do mine by color code as well, and just by folder structure, and also desktop, dude. I'm not a desktop. Are you a I mean, no pressure. Are you a desktop? Like everything's on there. Are you like or sort by order, or there's no judgment? I promise. Maybe a little, just a little. It's everyone's got their own way of working, man.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine.
After part, you quickly sprush up your desktop before we go on.
Desktop. I've got definitely not a bunch of
multiple
stuff
desktops
already for this project, and a desktop cleanup folder. It's totally
screenshots. Listen, screenshots.
I have no idea what you're talking about. The screenshots thing is not fair, okay? Because that just default goes there, okay?
I've got a screenshot folder, like especially for the screenshots. Is that,
you're smart.
Is that even what? Yeah, because I have too many.
All right, now I'm never gonna get hired anywhere. Nobody's gonna. No client is gonna be like, I want Alex's organization skills. All right.
But they're like thinking, no, he's honest. So I get it. It's like, no, I want a guy who just. There we go. So they're coming at it from two angles, man. They're like, he knows his stuff. He's honest about it. Let's get him in. Let's get him in the door.
Real talk though, I do adapt pretty much any of my clients' folder structures and stuff because that's kind of just the way you have to do it. Unless they're needing like specifics, and then I can bring. I feel like for me, it's always very project basis. Like for this, I'm not going to have a bunch of After Effects folders and things like that because I'm not going to go work in After Effects. But I would make a dimension folder and things like that. I just didn't realize that I was going to be doing that, and then just started sprinting around making random things in a 2-hour window. Just frantic mode.
I love that. Steve has a screenshot folder too. Boom. Yes, that is definitely a thing, isn't it? Surely, because I mean, even on your mobile phone, everyone's on the go. You just want to quickly. I don't even sometimes send an email, or like on Instagram, you see a visual you like, you can even send it to yourself like via an email. I just screenshot, or I'll just bookmark it maybe. But because then when it comes to the crunch and you actually need to kind of look back, you're like, oh, I can look back at all my wonders when I was en route to the bus stop and just quickly look for a quick screenshot. Does anyone else do that? I'd be curious to know. Throw it in there. Screenshot connoisseurs.
Love that. Screenshot connoisseurs.
That just came to mind. I just felt the right thing to say. It's also a nice time to actually mention as well. So, today is also our artist spotlight, which you kind of mentioned at the beginning of our segment. And this is a part later on, which we'll do very shortly. About 45 minutes or so. And it's basically a segment where we just do a bit of celebration in the community. We pick out an artist or studio or creative collab and just check their work out. So stay tuned for that because we've got that coming up. And you'll also see above in the chat in the Behance, a nice little tab up there called Artist Spotlight. And you can also add in your own suggestion or even put yourself forward as well. And potentially you could be on the next one. So stay tuned because it is a good one. But we won't say who because we want to keep you guys in suspense, of course.
The suspense. I'm hyped. You hyped?
Dude, I'm ready for this. It's just hard not to tell people who it is. We'll keep it a secret. We will, but we promise it's a good one. It's always a good one, to be honest. It's nice to sort of share a bit of love in the community, right? See what people are up to.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know what to put on this A4. I feel like chat, if you have any ideas of what to put here on this white piece of paper.
What would you like on your stationery?
Yeah.
What would you like to see on your... It's funny because I always find with even like letterheads and things like that, if it's like in the background, but like super low opacity, like enough that it's there, but enough that you could write in the middle and you're not going to get a ball or something like clashing in with your character with letters.
Yeah, I miss when... Do you remember when people used to send you like watermarked paper? You know what I mean? Like, where did those days go? Like, nobody's sending mail anymore.
Actually, I got a mate of mine who sends whenever they go away. I mean postcards, and that counts. They do a postcard to me everywhere they go, and I love that because it's old school. Like, no one really writes a letter and posts anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know saying postcards, but I mean, even having stamps, that always feels like a pain to do as well. You can just send an email. No one has like a collection of, got your way to get like a first class stamp.
And stamps are so expensive now.
Yeah.
You're paying a couple of dollars. It's like, whoa, come on, man.
I'm sending an email, dude, with an attachment on top.
I'm already paying for my email.
Exactly. We got some people just tuning in. So hi, Lissandra. I can see you just joined in as well. So massive welcome. And if you have just joined us, welcome. And you can see right now we are working on a bit of stationery with Alex Lazaris.
Low-res?
Alex Lazaris. My brain's gonna think of that the whole time now. Sorry, dude. Alex Lazaris. Alex Lazaris. Does anyone call you that? I think.
No, I think when you just make that a thing now, I'm running with it.
That's pretty awesome. I completely lost my train of thought. There we go. Yeah, why you're actually here. So if you have just tuned, you know, Alex Lazaris, you're Alex Lazaris, and he's working on a bit of mockups right now. Working on a personal project, taking influence from futuristic, sci-fi, and all things digital. So throw some advice in the chat on what you guys think could be on these business cards, envelopes, letters. Good to know what you guys think. It could even be a bit of patterns as well, taken from the type.
Yeah,
who knows?
everything. What
is your oyster? Let us know. And Alex Lazaris will happily do you. No, that's it. I promise. Yeah.
I'm in for it. Can't tell. Let's see how this goes.
Do you know what'd be cool? Like that, I know if it would work on material like a screen print. I haven't done screen print in years, but like a nice, because it's got that already pattern, like, you know, design, which would just work awesome. That would be cool. Have you done much screen printing before, or have you worked on? Yeah,
I love screen prints. I think it's awesome. I love when you can do not just screen prints, but like pressed pieces or like embossed pieces and things like that. When letterpress, there you go.
Yeah, nice.
Steve asked, Alex, do you go stand in bank lines still too? Okay, man. All right. Get out of my life, all right, man. You know.
He knows too much.
Honestly, okay. Man, I'm not even. Yes. To answer your question, yes, I still do that. Okay. Because I often. Okay. I'm just like gonna keep digging myself.
Oh, we need to know now. We need to open that door.
Because I never carry my debit card on me, and so I always have to go to the bank teller to like be like, I don't have my debit card. It's me. I need money. Yeah.
How does Steve know that? I mean, I love that. Like a fly on the wall.
Exactly. He knows too much.
He knows
so Steve's
too
getting
much.
His own business card today.
Nice. Get mocked for wearing bad Christmas. Can you wear a bad Christmas sweater? I think the worse is the better, no? Like we used to have a competition in work, was like the worst one that wins.
It does.
It's like your grandma knits you and you're like, oh, granny, what are you doing?
That's funny. Yeah, chat, you guys are popping today. I love it.
They are, yeah. We got such a mix. If you go all the way from the right top right to now, we've gone from like patterns to all sorts going on. So it's even awesome when you guys interact with each other as well in the chat, which is even more sweet. So definitely keep this coming, guys. We love to see it. Always do.
I think the business card might just be a little too loud with that, so maybe we'll do wrong color. All right, put that on here, double click that, boom. Oh, whoa, that's all right. We're gonna make another pattern real quick, chat.
Nice.
How do we want to do it? That's the question. Do we want to do add some from?
What do you guys see? Like when you see the pattern of the design that kind of reads into your soul, because it's so engaging, the visuals. Like what do you see, like some of the patterns maybe like being tessellated, rotated, different things kind of happening from it? Get those ideas in the chat. We would love to hear. I feel like with the visuals that you've got as well, Alex, like it sets itself up for just, you could just dissect it continuously, right? Until maybe even just the cube itself. Yeah, like my brain just thought like a square business card more than an actual rectangle, to kind of be in keep with the shape of the lettering. My brain.
That's a great idea. I love that.
There we go. We've got Izzy in the chat. You also send postcards still. That's nice to know. I'm not the only one. Actually, I don't even send them. I receive them. That's even worse.
Yeah, what?
I don't even send them. I made it realize like I'm the no. I'm not the one. Just to NDA. I'm not just clarifying. I don't send them out. I like to receive them, and I've got a nice collection from friends. I should probably start sending some out now if I'm mean. But it's great to see that Izzy and everyone else is people still do that. Steve is ripping into the business cards, man. It's all love, I'm sure though. A triangle business card. Is that a thing from Val? Is that a thing? It could be a thing, I'm sure. To use that space wisely.
I love that Steve has called me Bankline Boy now. Like, what a nickname.
Bankline Boy. And Alex Lazaris. Today, you get some t-shirts, man. I'm just like,
I'm so excited. I feel like I'm finally becoming who I needed to be in life.
All it took was 2 Adobe live streams, and then you know who you are now. You found yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna rebrand my entire agency to Bankline Boy, and all I'm gonna take on is financial tech clients.
I want to see this on your hosting streams, dude. I want to see your clothing, the hat, the shirt, all in the lime green fluorescent, and just Bankline Boy on the cross, and then Alex Lazaris on the hat.
That's the next Adobe stream I need to do. Is just Bankline Boy.
That's a strong look, man. A triangle business card. Val, would you like a triangle business card? I could see that working quite well. It would work with Val as well, because the V, actually, you could probably get away with the V and the shape of it being the triangle. That we should see this, Val, on one of your streams. Please do a business card stream, and then we can see how this will work. That'd be great.
I feel like I have a little ice cream cone happening here.
You got like an icon, is it iconography? That's the right word? Like a whole language dedicated to your visuals. Ice cream cone. What would ice cream cone be in digital realm though? It's so random.
I don't know what is happening. I thought those are all supposed to be the same width and stuff. All right. I could do. Let's just start messing with some patterns. Oop.
Val's like, yeah, my business cards are actual miniature tarot cards. Actually, that is a cool. Yeah, I can see that.
Great idea.
Yeah. Have you guys got in the chat any cool ideas for business? Do you even have any business cards that you think would be that you would like to, if you did a rebrand, what they may be? Throw that in the chat. Sorry, Alex, buddy, what were you gonna say?
I feel like when you have the skills that Val has, you can just do awesome things like make your own tarot cards. That's pretty amazing.
When you're born with the gift, that's what it is. But also, if you're not, you can always learn to have the gift of, and this is a nice little plug now, to definitely keep watching Adobe live streams, because you can get the gift. I mean, it's not even a gift, it's just learning, right? It's teaching yourself, it's making things go wrong and learning from them, and having fun and practicing. So harness that, even if you feel like you do not have a creative bone in your body, because I believe we all do somewhere, just got to find it. So definitely watch some more streams even after we're done.
Yeah. Big fan. All right, I might try to, I don't know what patterns are fun, and there's no real wrong way to make them. But now I feel like
I just thought, are we like done any fill? Can we do like I guess no, because it wouldn't be obvious as a block. My brain's thinking like with the pattern, if some of them are, but I guess you just see the outline, right, of the zigzag. But could it work? My brain's like, I need to kind of see it to even believe it would work.
Could even just take this little element as well. So like the circles. So I want to take this pattern, make, boom, and then expand the edges. And that should give us a lot more space. But then I can also take this and create some additional like elements with it.
Nice. I'm quite curious. Where would you guys like to see this? If you was to purchase this beautiful pattern that Alex is working on now, where would you like to see it on? jacket, leather jacket maybe, games console, pillow for grandma. I don't know, just putting it out there. Where would you like to see this? Where could you see this pattern working? Even more importantly, throw those ideas. I'd love to hear it. I feel like for a bedroom wall, that could be quite intense. Can you imagine a room just filled to the brim, just like it just reads your soul, man, in like each corner of the room. There's nowhere to hide.
There's the Cooper Hewitt Museum in New York has I don't know if they still do. They did. I'm sure they still do. They have a wallpaper room where you go onto the iPad in the middle, you doodle on the screen, and then you can create your own wallpaper, and then a projection around the whole room, so you can see how intense some of the patterns can be.
That is cool.
Definitely can get pretty intense.
I love the interactiveness as well of that. That's a really cool thing to.
Yeah, it's incredible.
If you guys have seen that or you've been to it, let us know in the chat as well. That'd be awesome to know. How did you find when you saw that, when you're in a room full of zigzags? Drive your mind wild, or did it give you more inspiration to create your own zigzag?
Exactly. All right. That's another pattern. Well, it's just so easy to make patterns. It's so fun. Boom. Now we got little squares. We'll do this like ugly sweater for Steve.
I love that. He's selling it, man. Just ugly, and then we put it in there just because it could be lovely.
Yours truly, Bank Boy.
Yes.
Did chat give us any ideas for the stationery, or we're good on that one up there?
We need to actually scrub. Actually, I do apologize. I mean, so much chat's been going on, and I've been locked in your design. I mean, I think I've been like transcendent in your design so much that my brain hasn't realized there's comments on there. But I don't think there's much about the stationery. If I have missed something about the stationery, any thoughts in there, please do jot it down again. But I don't see anything. No. Actually, business cards popped up a few times, I guess, like the different ways you can do business cards. I think that was a comment, but yeah, anything you guys have in terms of what stationery would be quite cool, of how it could work, the shapes or patterns, yes, definitely let us know.
Just trying to trim this up real quick.
Oh, do you know what'd be really cool? My brain, you know, when you have that moment like a brainwave, it's like boom, like because obviously that yellow and the green that you've got, they're such cool patterns, like almost like a nice gradient which kind of bleeds in from one to the other.
Yeah. Do that
on a black background. I don't know, maybe.
Let's do it.
Oh, can you imagine like on nice foil paper now? Now I'm geeking out, but like that would be. This is like when the client has budget and it's like, boom, let's just get the world right, which is only 4. It's not that much, but still, like, yeah, let's just go all out on.
I mean, it is a lot whenever you like start looking at like how many. Like, if the client has 2,000 employees and then they're all spending another 25 cents per card to do foil, that's a lot.
It's funny. I remember like in our final year at uni, that's the thing, right? When you graduate, you need to get business cards. And I feel like there was almost like a Hunger Games kind of vibe where you just run out to just create business cards. And there wasn't much of a digest and take time. What kind of business cards would I really want to reflect to the outside world who I am, right? And I think I just did, for my own first one, I'm not even afraid to say, I just did triangles because I like triangles. And that's got nothing to do with my branding. I just feel it was cool. It's only to get a bit more perhaps experience in your field, like actually just create something that actually feels meaningful to what I'm trying to achieve or what I'm into, rather than just triangles because they tessellate well. Have you had any like ugly business cards over the years, or business thinking, what the hell?
Have I?
How long do we have? I mean,
man,
that's another stream in itself.
I think it's probably on my Instagram from like one of my first posts on Instagram back when Instagram like probably just came out. It was like, I thought I had the smartest business card ever. Yeah, it's bad. It was like I try to do this whole mantra of like right brain, left brain equals like, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. You can imagine.
We're gonna have to, after this stream, all flood to your Instagram and just go down the deepest parts of your archives to try and find.
Don't do that.
Then you get loads of people just reposting. They're like, dude, I actually really love it.
Oh my god.
Remake them again. I'll actually reprint them on the foil. Each single one.
I got them from Moo Cards as well, because Moo Cards was, I don't know if you're familiar with them.
As in Moo as in MOO, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're awesome around there. Yeah, they're big in the UK.
Yeah, they're great. I was like spending the big bucks, trying to
making it rain.
Get those cards looking good. I didn't
just
pay
see you,
attention
Alex,
to the printing boundaries.
I just see you printing like 3,000 business cards, throwing up in the air, making it rain, and thinking, oh, actually, don't throw them in the air. Just I need to collect each one back again. Just like each one is precious. You can't just give them out to anyone, right? You need to give them with like a potentially an end goal.
Fun fact: whenever I write people's like phone numbers on business cards, and I'm using them in a mock-up or anything that could like potentially dox somebody, I use Mike Jones's phone number, or now defunct phone number. So if you go through my Behance post, you can see it. It's 281-330-8004. Nobody, nice. If any hip hop fans from the olden days may know that number.
I mean, where from?
Houston rap.
Ah.
Yes. Maybe a little too novel.
All right. Interesting comment from Robert. And I wonder if you were in maybe yesterday's stream, because it hits the nail on the head here. He said, nice patterns. The patterns and colors give me the vibe of the Nigerian soccer kit, which I love. Boom. If you were here, Robert, yesterday, that's exactly where we took the inspiration from. Yes, because that is an awesome, and we had a whole topic of football, and yeah, I enjoyed it, but not everyone likes football, so it's all soccer, so it's all good. But yeah, we were definitely checking out some cool soccer kits yesterday, and the Nigerian soccer kit is a beautiful one. If you haven't seen it in the chat, definitely check it out, and you can probably see when you do see that the linkage that we've got with today, with the color scheme today, because it's got that kind of nice fluorescent yellow green,
and we also have the jersey right there, a little thing. All right, Steve, I made your email. Do not contact me ever at email.com. Okay. Hopefully that's not your real email. All right, sick. I think the stationery is in a good spot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save it. We'll mosey on over. What do we have? 30 minutes before our spotlight?
Yeah, about 20, 25, 27.6 minutes, if that's
this is always the fun countdown. Make the creatives to do the math.
Yeah, dude, that's not my forte.
Would you do a 9 out of 10 cat skills countdown?
I do love that. I love that. Do you know what? Before I ask that question, you really are embedded in the British culture, aren't you? Because you're saying these shows that I wouldn't assume that but you know this stuff, man. Yeah, definitely. I love Jimmy Carr, man. Is it Jimmy Carr, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's inappropriate, but he's also quite funny. So yeah.
I'm surprised by how much British, like what you can say on British television over what we can say in the States.
Really?
It's crazy. Oh man.
That's interesting.
It's not appropriate for Adobe Stream.
I thought it was more. I know. Of course not. No, that's a different segment. That's interesting. I would have thought, I don't know, my brain would have thought the US is a little bit more free with that, maybe more so.
No way. I mean, I think maybe in some regards, but I think in terms of like stuff that you can say on like Taskmaster and any of those, I guess. Even like like the interstitials that you can do on the like 9 out of 10 cats. Yeah, you couldn't do that in the States.
That's interesting. Also, it's 8 out of 10 cats, right?
8.
My brain was thinking like 9 out of 10 cats.
I always get the number confused. I'm kind of creative. My bad, y'all.
I love that. Yeah, man, your knowledge of British culture when it comes to entertainment is strong. You are one with the British culture. Let's return the favor.
Thanks.
It's all good.
Oh,
Actually, on that topic,
cool.
where you guys are streaming from? Actually, let us know which part of the world you are streaming from. We'd love to know. And that looks. Can you imagine seeing that? Just walking down the street and then thinking, "Oh, I need to know more." And there's like, boom, QR code, top right hand corner. Boom. You can know more. The plot thickens. Crystal said, "What about a book cover with this branding?"
That'd be cool.
Can you imagine like,
yeah,
I mean, even like the brand guidelines, right? Or even like the if it is do people have like a printed brand guide? I guess they did, maybe a PDF, but that'd be quite cool. It's like a nice cover, maybe.
Yeah,
something like that. Nice. Yeah.
Val says no, British TV has a lot more language-wise than American TV. Yeah, you guys drop a lot more curse words than we do.
Naughty words. I love that. Yeah, Val's all over it, man. Graham Norton. Yeah, there we go.
Whoa. Steve got really gigantic there. That's wrong typeface. Gilroy.
Steve, you're trending now, Steve. Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to look for like a sans serif that's a little bit geometric. Gilroy works. Let me see. Proxima Nova, maybe.
Yeah, Proxima Nova. Do like a Proxima
Everybody
Nova.
does a Proxima Nova, right? Let's see. What ambiguous random tech thing are we gonna do? What's like our call to action on this billboard?
Good shout. What are you guys thinking in the chat? Let us know. Call to action. I guess it's a billboard. It's somewhere from afar, so you can't be. It wouldn't be fair to ask them to do something from quite a distance, and also maybe I guess you could do a QR code from a distance, right? You can just zoom in on your mobile phone, maybe. I don't know. Oh, do you know what'd be really cool? My brain's thinking like, imagine you made it into like a game of some sort where you have to like, I mean, who in their right minds follows different billboards? But if you had time on your hands, you could like go to like different parts to unlock some sort of, I don't know, Easter egg, or where you kind of have to like go to different community or like go around the areas and try and locate this shape and design somewhere on certain things. They do that on a lot of like food packaging, like Cadbury. I think Cadbury's done that a few times, where you find different billboards, adverts, and you take screenshots or you send them to you kind of collate them in different areas, and you kind of like win something. But
like a scavenger hunt.
That's the word. Yeah, like a scavenger hunt. Yeah, it could be quite cool for this.
Can't tell if like cyber attack protection kind of works in this. I don't know if it does.
Scary words there, isn't it? Like it's like
yeah, it's kind of a thing. But there's like the balls aren't really that scary.
Yeah, they're like
crypto
stress ball.
Cryptocurrency. There you go. That's
like a lightning bolt going through the middle of it.
Cryptocurrency, 2 words, 1 word.
Crypto 2, I want to say. Is it what? No, I feel like it is 2. It's way too big to be
trading. There we go. Boom. Kind of working.
Nice.
Val asked, what main mockups do you tend to use in branding decks? Case studies, like go-to case studies, for example. Do you always use a poster mockup or a t-shirt mockup? Things do you think are always great to include? Does it vary from project to project? Yes, it varies from project to project, but I would say that I typically do a billboard mockup of some sort, several poster mockups, and then maybe a quick like laptop mockup. And then depending on the brand project and the client, I'll do like a t-shirt or like a merchandise mockup as well. But it also depends on if they're wanting like a heavy, robust design language and design system. If that's the case, then I might add additional poster mockups or like pamphlet or brochure type mockups. It really depends, but I try to give them a full spectrum to kind of put everything in situation. I think it's really hard to just send them like a JPEG and be like, look, here's your brand and this is how it works. So I try to put those JPEGs on something, whether it's a mock-up of some sort, whatever it is.
Yeah, and just, I mean, from my side, it's primarily because I work in editorial and with publishers and print. It is usually probably a nice book mock-up, maybe a hardback cover, and maybe a few selected spreads as well. So again, I probably might send a client a folder with obviously the individuals, so they can go through the PDF as a spread. And then I might have picked out a few selected pages, which are ones that I would like to be more of a feature, say, or ones that are more of a ones that I would love to really sell the project that I'm trying to do to them as well. So I might pick out a few and have a few selected spreads that are opened up. But nothing too like crazy in terms of orientation, like quite simple, get loads of them again, like an Adobe stock or Behance, just keeping it quite easy and clean and not too many. I probably pick out like maybe 4 spreads and a book cover back and front, and maybe a spine if included, if it's a hardback. And actually, weirdly enough, with a lot of clients, sometimes I don't need it actually, because it depends on the client. If you're used to them, they kind of just, they know what they want to just see, and it's just like boom. But if it's like a new first time just touching base, they kind of maybe need to sell it. They need to see it in a different light. A mock-up does help, I find, in that light. But yeah, some clients just maybe just happy with it. Just send us in individuals. We'll print it on our side and just see how it looks very quickly there. But like Alex said, it does definitely it changes from client to client, I find. But yeah, I think that answers your question.
Yeah, if I'm doing like a packaging project, I'll typically try to get an actual label or something printed and adhere to their bottles so that they can actually see it. Or if I can't do that, or if they're super long distance, then I'll send like a dimension mock-up sometimes, or depends on if they're building a bottle or anything like that.
That looks cool, dude. I like the balance of font there as well. It's quite nice.
I'm struggling with it, so I appreciate
Rock your socks.
words.
Rocks your socks. Oh, I love that.
You know what? Really missed the opportunity to just rocks your socks. I wonder if that should be.
What does that mean? Is that like get excited? Like, is that a saying? Rock your socks off.
I think it's just, yeah, it's like it's like blows your mind, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. And I can see we've got Becca saying, you got me guys thinking about business cards now. I mean, we've maybe put that narrative of taking time and looking at your brand and thinking, what can I do to my brand to make it rock your socks off? Yes, I think that helps. And this stream is giving you guys some inspiration for sure.
The goal.
That is indeed. And this is probably a nice little time to say, you probably can see a bit of a countdown on your on your screen if you're watching via Behance, but we've got about 15, well, probably not even that actually, like 12 minutes or so until we get into our artist spotlight. So stay tuned because it's a good one. So we'll be showing you guys that very, very soon.
If anybody has anything specifically that I want to see, let me know. I think somebody said something about a book. I can also do a book thing.
Yeah,
too.
who said that? I heard my ears pricked up when you said to a book. I was like, "Ooh, they're speaking my language." It was Crystal. Yeah. What about a book cover with the branding?
I'm trying to think. What other things should I put in this? Yeah, we got 15 minutes. You said.
Yeah.
So we got this crypto.
12. I'll give you 13.
Okay. We got this crypto trading billboard. I got these orbs. I don't have tons of orb mock-ups. I have these posters. So a great way to like show Val, to answer your question around design language and sending it over. Doing a multiple mock-up like this is super helpful to get the client thinking about the posters, and even just like something as simple as just like type, color, assets, all those things is super easy to do in a multiple like 3-up poster thing. Maybe we'll do this real quick as a opportunity to show all these things side by side. So I'm going to take the soccer kit. I actually already exported a. Oh, so this is the color palette. Weird. All right.
Interesting. That's an interesting comment from Steve here. Which is I've never known this before, but he said many years ago in uni, we learned we could write to stock photo companies, and they would mail you huge glossy catalogs for free regularly, like massive catalogs. That's awesome. Do they still do that anymore? I mean, that would be cool, right?
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for showing that, Steve. That's if they still do that, do let us know. Never even thought to even write to. My brain wouldn't even think to do that. But that's cool.
I didn't save the PNG apparently, so I'm going to do that really quickly. Export as. Nope. Gotta turn off the background first. Export as. All right, save that. All right, we'll pull that directly into this vertical mockup now.
There's little things like on that mockup there, like the texture, you can see the kind of ripple effect, and like I love those, like the tiniest little things like that. I think is quite, it just gives a bit more depth, right?
Absolutely, it's so helpful when trying to sell the project. Like even the lighting and the color on this is like, oh, so like if we wanted to, we could just look at it and be like, okay, cool. Now let's see what it looks like on this beach ball.
Color well of depth.
Where's Annika?
I was just thinking, that's so funny you said that. My brain went into, as soon as I think of save now, I think that's a nice linkage. You think of save, think of Annika. There we go, Annika. If you're still in the chat. Well, your ear should be burning because I'm mentioning your name because of the saving elements.
So funny. I love that. Graphics. All right, cool. So we can see what this looks like. Cool. Oh, it's a duplicate. Nice. Boo. All right, I'll figure this out. So what we can do is start to pull in the texture. It's got a poster in the background. See if this is just a color swatch. Yeah, okay, cool. So we can pull in maybe our black, make it pop. And then we've got our logo we're gonna want somewhere. Because which client doesn't want their logo on things? Mostly, probably just do this multiple real quick. Smart object.
That's looking cool, man. Really cool.
Thanks, man. All right, we're gonna pull this behind the kit now. I'm gonna pull this behind the kit now.
right now.
Yeah, right now. Just make a pattern out of that. Didn't realize we also haven't done that earlier. Definitely something we can incorporate later if we wanted to. But it's kind of nice. It feels kind of textural, but it's still the logo.
Yeah. Do you know, it'd be awesome in a different world if we had infinite time in the Adobe space right now to do another stream. It's like if we did like an animation of like the Vox, the O being kicked like a football. Oh. I mean, that's if the ball was, that is, you know, Fox was a football team, but yeah, that would be awesome.
That's a great idea.
I could just set up for that.
Feels like I should just distribute it across this line.
Yeah, and do like a nice little alignment.
And line.
That's it. In all one word, save your work is in fact Anika's last name. Nice. Please change your if you got like a gamer tag or like your Behance name to that now. It's gonna have to be.
It's hilarious. Layer align. Okay. Distribute. Vertically. Why not? That was not helpful. All right,
it's funny because I noticed it on InDesign where you can actually type in, or you can just like a mutual. So if you have one from top to bottom, right, it just by default in those two. I don't know if it's the same on Photoshop where you can distribute evenly.
Distribute vertical centers. No, why is it moving my bottom one? Oh, I wonder if it's because that bottom one is. I don't know.
Ah, the order you mean of how it's.
Yeah, I'll just do it manually.
I know what you mean though. It's funny because like my brain's thinking, oh yeah, in InDesign you can, but actually it's probably a slightly different way.
I think it's because I had one too many layers. Let's see. That could maybe do it. Yay! Okay.
It's like a little win when that happens, isn't it?
Absolutely. All right. So now I'm gonna just group this and then mask out the edges of it really quick.
Awesome. No, we're good for it still. I mean, Val's put a lovely little reminder for you. Lovely people in the chat. We're about 5 minutes away from Artist Spotlight. We've been teasing you throughout the whole stream about this Artist Spotlight, and it's a good one. So stay tuned. I will be sharing you an awesome creative in the community in the next 5 minutes.
Cool. All right, so let's see what that looks like. Save. Cool. No beach ball. Like it.
Streamline. That's all we like to say.
Oh,
man. Wow.
Those curves got crazy.
Curves got game.
So here, graphics. There's. I'm trying to see if there's any like hidden layers in their graphics thing. Group. Colors are looking fine. Maybe I need to just move this down below one of the textures. Oh, textures.
I feel like a lot of designers can relate where you sometimes you have to move a few layers to, when you group them is awesome, but you got to move a few rounds just to sort of see where things are, where it's been uncovered.
All right, that didn't work. Let me we'll save that and then I'll adjust the curves on the actual mockup here. There we go. It gets a little bit more moody.
Look at that. Yeah. I'm digging that. Cool. Glow in the dark vibes.
We've got horizontal double layout. Okay. So we've got 5 minutes, right?
Okay. 3 minutes. I love Alex because you like to almost Mission Impossible style where you keep us on our toes, dude. It's good. It's 3 minutes, but I'll give you an extra 4 because I'm feeling generous today. So you can do it 3. I can do it in 2. It's just like, there we go. I like it, dude.
I don't like when the colors aren't working though. All right, boom, that's a thing. Put this there and make that a thing. All right.
Remember as well, we'll definitely be able to after we've done our spotlight to come back and definitely refine a few bits and bobs as well, because sure. I know you like to finish a project when we start it. Nothing worse than like, I've started it, so I will finish. I'm the same.
No, totally. But I definitely want to just keep making more things. Can't make more things if you never finish.
Classic designer mentality. It's the same, man.
Scientific. Reduced, redender. All right, let's do this. Grab that. Texture. 2 minutes. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
It's actually kind of nice. Let's see.
I like that. It's been really cool, dude, to like see again, especially if you like joined us from yesterday right up until today. It's that process, right? When we did the 3D rendering of the board and the patterns in Illustrator and to sort of see, I guess like any project, but something like this in particular, you see it from the start to finish and how it kind of comes out. Hopefully it gives you guys, some inspiration in terms of that process. And right now, obviously, this whole time we've been doing it in a way where we're getting some thoughts directly from you guys. You're feeding it back into us and we're doing it as we go.
It's kind of sick breaking the poster, to be honest. Kind of like it.
Looks like it jumps out, doesn't it? It's like it's jumping out of the...
All right, let's see here. I've got...
Like, let me out of here. I want to be free.
They are. I see 1 minute. Okay, go.
I think I saw someone a comment. I could be wrong, and if you are in the chat, please do let us know who you were. But they mentioned this project would be on your Behance, because I think they were loving designs in the process. If this would be potentially one that you would like to roll out, or maybe elaborate a bit more on, even after stream, or would you want to use this? Maybe take it on even further. Where do you kind of see once this is?
Yeah,
I'm sure I saw something coming on that.
Yeah. I think this project has been a lot of fun to work on. I would want to push it a little bit further and add some more mockups and things, but I think it's super fun. I love getting to kind of work on these projects with chat and post them afterwards. I think it's a really fun process, and I think it's a good way to like bring this stuff out to the community and let people kind of like look at it on their own and see how I progress it, not only just during the stream, but also afterwards. Would definitely want to put it on my Behance for sure.
Awesome.
All right, let's look at it one more time, and then we'll go straight in the artist spotlight. Yeah, it's kind of nice.
That's looking good, dude, man. Yeah,
a little adjustment on that. But...
Can you zoom in like a tad? My brain's just so I can see it in its always glory. I mean, I know what you guys in the chat. If I walk past that, how could you not stop by, right, and just be like, "What is?" That's going straight on my Instagram. If I saw that in about hashtag colors, hashtag cool shapes. Yeah, that's looking good, dude.
Thanks, really, man. Appreciate it. I got the spotlight pulled up.
My people, we've kept you guys waiting long enough, and it's time. I almost want like a little mini drum roll. Maybe if I could do a little mini drum roll in the chat. Boom. So our artist spotlight today is a visual designer and illustrator, Ajia Satali, who I hope I got your name correct. It's a beautiful name. So today, we're going to show some love for her work and go through this for minutes. And again, when you're seeing what you're seeing now on the screen, please let us know your thoughts. And then myself and Alex are going to go through now and pick out a few projects and show some love.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Shout out to the LA design community. What's up, neighbor? Sick. Let's just jump straight in. Nice. Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge 2021.
Nice. You're no stranger to an Adobe Live Daily Creative Challenge. We love that.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like cool. Photo polish is day one. Love that. Photo edit using raw camera filter. Wow.
The difference is unreal. Yeah.
You did a great job with the blending and everything as well. Like sometimes it can feel overtouched. I think you did a great job. Auto masking is day 2. Object selection tool using clipping, neural filter harmonization to create this photo composite. Isn't the neural filter so cool?
It is awesome. It's do you know what, I think we mentioned it yesterday. It's those little things where you got where the L is and just on the bottom where the leaf is overlapping. It just adds, and even in between the U and the S, it just gives it that bit more depth, right, to the overall design. The tiniest details like that makes a big difference, and it's looking great. Really, really nice, man. Really enjoying it.
And I think these photos are composited in.
They look like it, yeah.
This really, it took me way too long to figure out what was the, like, where did she use the like clipping and the object selection and stuff like that. So I think that's a really, really good.
And you got to take time to find out what it was.
Yeah, like I love when you can't figure out like what people did. You know, like, that's so cool. So great job.
Good shout. Good shout.
Textures, gradient enhancements, nice. Oh, that's what we should do after this.
Yes, that was an idea, right? We said that with the yellow and the green. Gia was already ahead of the on the game, man. She had that before. And great. That's a great one again, is seeing how the gradient works quite well. Nice cool colors.
Yeah, I love the type kind of blending in as well. Type and texture, always fun.
Tomorrow with today.
I remember when that like Photoshop first was like hitting the scene. This was like the bread and butter, man. Like going back to my old design files from like whatever 20 years ago. Just
loads of like this.
Yeah,
it was a game changer. Yeah. It is. Yeah, even the motion, you feel like you're literally beside that person, the motion or just the way, because even the shot as well, like the type I'm looking at, but even the composition of the photograph as well. You know, you kind of see a bit of darkness at the bottom. It just, you feel immersed.
Yeah, it's stellar. Portrait painting, file transfer to get the surrealist effect. It's cool.
Nice. And if you guys are watching and thinking, how does she do it? Because again, this is, remember, a daily creative challenge that she would have done, I think 2021, it says in there in the URL. So if you're curious, I mean, please always do our creative challenges, because you will learn a lot of things just like this, which Gia has done in full blossom. Yeah, man, it's looking great.
That's awesome.
Keep blitzing through.
I wonder if these are some of Val's Photoshop
yes.
the creative challenges.
Val, were you here in 2021 when you did the? What were you doing on that day? I think it was a Tuesday or a Thursday. 2021. Oh, I would rock that on a t-shirt. 100%.
Oh yeah, this would be a sweet button up.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
It feels like pool party, ready to go.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. Right Russian in the left hand, and yes, definitely. That's cool. Interesting colors there. Cool. The little red hut in the distance.
Yeah. Have you seen those, like wow, words are gonna escape me, but the people are shooting with like different spectrums of light, and the color palette's all like crazy and kind of surrealist. That reminded me of that. It's really cool.
Awesome.
Infrared. There you go. Infrared photography.
Yeah. I'm doing those days.
Sweet. Got some banner ads, some display ads, some collateral for a client. Nice.
So a bit like we were working on before with the stationery, you know, utilizing the mock-ups, which I think that's a mock-up. Or maybe it could have just been an image with a drop shadow, potentially. But either way, it kind of has that. It feels more than what it just is. That makes sense, because it's not just a flat.
Yeah, I think it's
actually does. Yeah, that's definitely a mock-up. Yeah, I think the one underneath maybe could be a little bit of a drop.
Yeah.
Drop shadow, but
yeah. Sweet, awesome work.
That yes, that was the one that caught my eye. The blink. I loved that. I looked.
I mean, the cropping. I
saw that and I couldn't even blink.
So strong, like really great composition on that image.
Just on that's a really good setup, because actually people forget sometimes the thumbnails of how important. You haven't got much of a space to operate in, right? And you going back to that homepage where you had all the thumbnails. It's just the little things like having a really strong thumbnail before you get into it. Super important. And it's looking good.
It's a sweet logo too. Like fun.
Simple and very clean. Did it have the information what it was about at the top? I don't know if my brain. No,
I don't think so. I think it's just style that moves you.
Yeah. Can't blink when I'm seeing it, because it's no. There we go. A little project brief at the bottom. There we go.
My job was to create a sleek, iconic logo, and that is expandable for a wide variety of products such as apparel, labels, tags, and packaging, etc. Awesome. Brad, definitely.
Should we show a bit of love for maybe one more project, and then?
Yeah. You have one that you want to see? I want to see this. I think the trade show could be really cool.
I'll stop between that and the 21 Pilots, because I like that. No, you go for that. Maybe we could do both, actually. We've got time.
Let's do this. I love saying, like, I think when you're a designer and you're doing design projects, if you can get trade show photos for your portfolio, or go to the trade show, volunteer if you can. I think it's a great way to get photos for your portfolio, because otherwise you're doing all this incredible work and then you don't get to show it, or you're going to show it in a mock-up and it's not nearly as powerful. So good job getting photos.
That's a very good shout. And I imagine it does wonders as well for like how you present your work as well, right? Because it's the, perhaps if you're tuning in and you're maybe a student, grad level, or just in general, and it's how could you possibly have these designs at a place like this, the nerves, but you know, G has obviously done it and it's shining, and I imagine that was a learning curve, how you present and how you talk them through. So the more you do, the more you feel a bit more confident at showing at events like this. So
yeah, absolutely. And Val says, I love that Blink logo so much. It's simple but very fun. Great icon for a hat or shirt. Yeah, totally agreed. Oh, my gosh. I love
Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks.
This
yes, that's awesome.
Really.
The Mighty Duck.
That's brilliant. Well done. 10 out of 10. I love puns. I love hockey.
You've got Alex already now. You've already. He's sold. He is sold. I feel like a good pun in design.
Awesome.
Looking great. It's nice to see. Yeah, I mean, even just sort of different ways you've actually executed the design. It'd be awesome to know how you know, if you're in the chat, actually, if you're viewing today, like let us know in the chat how you thought when you had it at a show. I bet that was probably awesome to sort of see your designs in situ and with people actually interacting with it in the community.
Yeah. Honestly, like
cool.
you can see how she's brought the designs and the actual printed out version of it, and it just tells such a more compelling story by having it in situation. So, you know, don't think about always need to have the top of the line mock-up. Sometimes your best bet for your portfolio is like having these pieces actually show up. So great job. All right, I'll do the 21 pilots.
You're keeping me sweet. Thank you. Yeah. It's only weird because I only recently started listening to them again, the band. Yeah, okay. Caught me there.
It's a cool. I like the right here.
So subtle.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Didn't even actually see that when I first saw that. Nice.
It's a contest. Nice. Your interpretation.
Short and sweet, but I mean that even just seeing all this range of work, because that's quite a nice collection of different styles, you know, different tools and techniques you've used. Gia, that was amazing work to see. And like we said before when we started the intro for this, you know, this is Artist Spotlight. We like to pay a bit of love, a bit of homage to creators in the community. And if you yourselves would love to get involved, we would love to see it. In the Artist Spotlight tab in the Behance chat, you can add yourself or a friend or family member or whoever you think that we need to see in the community. And then again, hopefully you could be on for the next Adobe live stream. So get those submissions in and we look forward to seeing them. But for Gia, absolute pleasure to still see your work in its full force.
Yeah.
Yes. My favorite's definitely Blink though. That caught me from the beginning, I think. And I think awesome. Voodoo's as well. But yes, back in the Vox metaverse. What are we looking at?
Let's think about it. Well, we got how many more minutes? We got like 15 minutes left in that.
Yeah.
Let me try to pull up all the things we've made so far. So we got a soccer kit, we got a fire extinguisher, we've got a screen mock-up, we've got some billboards. Somebody wanted a book. What other things does the chat want? Do we have?
Yeah, what do you guys want? Book cover came up, didn't it, before? What stuff could you possibly even have it on? That would be quite... Oh, my brain's thinking. And this is actually something I would love to design. I've never designed it, and if there's any clients out there, boom, I'm just punching my shot here. But trainers, like to design shoe wear of some sort, because those patterns, I feel like they would work quite well.
It could work really well. I don't have any shoe mock-ups on me.
I see you just going for your bag of mock-ups, like trying to ruffle around a bag. Like, I'm all out of I got nothing for you. I just want, please, sir, can I have some more, sir? Just like mock-ups.
Let's see, sneakers.
That's a chocolate bar. Template? Yeah.
Sneakers.
Sorry, that was my little.
Oh wow.
London to LA. There we go.
Love it.
That's the banter that we can have.
These are not compelling to me. I could do something like that, but it would take too long. Socks,
can you humor me? Can you type in trainers on the chat instead of on there instead of? I'm just curious.
It's gonna be a personal trainer.
Classic. Oh, okay. That's how you treat us Londoners. Nice. It's okay. They're cool, man. On the far right, quite jazzy.
It takes so long to Photoshop those up.
I wouldn't ask you to. That would just be mean. Yeah, let's know. Wow, Val's throwing them out there. We got a keychain, socks, tote bag, water bottle.
We got to do the gradient thing too.
Yes, that would be quite cool. A tote bag would be quite nice. Or scarf.
Scarf.
Ooh, like the gradient as it wraps around. Slap bracelets. Slap bracelets.
Slap bracelets are amazing. I have a feeling this mock-up is going to not give me everything I want. Let's see.
It's funny, like during lockdown, not during lockdown, but like when things start to ease a bit more, we visited my partner like loads of places and just tote bags. Wherever we went, tote bags. We have a crazy collection of tote bags. More so the ones that are like designed really well. and it's just nice to kind of rock them out every now and again.
Yeah.
Much easier than a rucksack sometimes, but yeah, I'm a sucker to the tote bag. That's a nice one.
Do the Spy Family again. All right. Not so bright, but it's fine. All right, so we'll do a book real quick, then we can do a tote bag. All right, we got 10 minutes.
10 exactly.
Sprint. My favorite thing to do. Let's do it.
I feel like you could do this moonwalking, dude. You've got this, man. You don't even need to sprint. Moonwalk blindfolded, and you're still gonna finish on time. It's all good.
That's brilliant. I would love that. All right, let's see.
Interesting. Keychain. Do people still use keychains? Do you have a keychain?
I don't have a key. Yeah, I do. I guess I don't have like a lanyard. Like I don't have like one of the big ones. I have there's a designer called Benny Gold. I have like his little flying logo, and it keeps my keys together. It's like a key ring with like a hook.
I'm even thinking now, I mean, I'm just going to throw ideas, and please do in the chat, throw as many. It could be even out, it could be a car, it could be outlandish, it could be a plane. That would be even crazy.
I have a car
zigzag plane. Yeah.
Don't tell me.
I think it's a plane. I think it's like a plane mock-up. A wristwatch. Well, I'm going to say plane now. I was going to say a wristwatch. Well, the wrap around the watch. But can you imagine a plane with that zigzag on there? That would be pretty outlandish. Can you imagine designing for a plane? That would even be crazy as hell.
Hey Drake, hit me up for your next, plane livery.
Drake, if you're watching via the Adobe Live now, please, you got a shout out from Alex.
We know that you like to go on people's streams. I was there for the Ninja stream. All right, I know you're listening.
See, we have all walks of life that will tune in to Adobe Live. Boom, that is it.
And it's definitely Drake.
Yes, K.E. Davis, that I'm loving this thought. How about a Vox Sports sponsorship with bakery and a key lime pie with Vox written in grey or charcoal frost? Wow.
So
you've done this before, K.E. Davis. You've done this before.
All in 10 minutes. I love it.
I'm just peckish now, even thinking about that. Yeah, that would be... Maybe for next stream, if we have a bit more time, we can do that.
All right, we got. Whoa. All right, smart objects, go. Just trying to crush through these. All right, let's see. Do we want?
Yeah, Jermaine said. I mean, I know you're not going to do it. I'm just throwing ideas from the.
No, throw them all out.
We love to hear it. So a lampshade would be interesting.
Ooh, a lampshade would be a good one.
Good shout.
Lampshades are fun. Quote of the day from Alex: lampshades are fun. Let's see how this goes. Got a mock-up. Got a cool little bookcase.
Ooh,
kind of fun. All right, sending it, saving it. Bada bing, bada boom. Save.
I like that.
Save.
I am. What's I'm looking for? I'm weak at the knees when it comes to a good. If that's a Moleskine book, then yeah, I am. I've got a. But you know what's even terrible? I have loads, but sometimes I jump in to other ones before I even finish the original. I know. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I have a Moleskine book for every type of thing that I'm trying to think about, which is quite a few things at one time. So yeah, different shapes and sizes of Moleskine books. Are you a Moleskine lover in the chat? Please let us know, so I'm not the only one.
I've never finished my Moleskine book, which is unfortunate. Like I've never completed a full kit
from start to finish. I think they're there so that you don't have to. You just keep buying. Keep.
That makes sense.
That makes sense for their strategy from a buying perspective. You just keep purchasing more and more and more.
All right, I'm throwing out a whole linchpin real quick. Let's see if I can make a cool gradient with like 2 seconds. Got this color. Let's go gradient. Boom, boom. This
is our first gradient. Yeah, we haven't done this. Yeah, that's exciting.
Where's the? Of course, I'm going to freak out and like forget where the, oh, there we go. Gradient mesh tool, boom.
Nice.
And that goes there. This goes here. Look at that. We got this. We can throw in another one if we want. We can change these actually. I'm gonna make this like a little bit darker green.
Alex, my dear sir, the countdown clock is slowly closing in. But I know you got. I hate to even mention that. I'll say we got like a busy bee on the side of your shoulder bothering you. About four minutes, my friend. And then we'll do. We've got to do a nice little recap as well of the day, and also more important, how to follow up and catch up with who you are, my good sir.
Okay, I can do it. Good. All right,
you got this. I believe in you, man. You got this.
I don't want that anymore. I don't want. Got a van mockup. Let's throw some gradients on it.
Ah, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Even just the wheels would be awesome with that. Let alone the whole thing. Some rims on there.
Boom. Throw the gradients on it. Bada bing, bada boom.
Nice.
Kind of is a weird one because of where the gradient's falling. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, we got.
That's looking nice.
All right, cool.
I feel like every public transport should be just like this. In this color palette. It would make everyone a bit more positive in the day and happier, maybe. Nice colors. Invoked positive vibes.
So we got that. We got a logo there somewhere. Okay. Throw that on. 2 minutes. Let's go. My favorite part of the whole stream.
It's the focus phase that all us Adobe Live hosts and designers do. Where it's the crunch time. It's the crunch time. You're seeing us in our natural habitat right now.
Yeah, exactly. Me before a presentation. Oh, I could have done this better. Oh, move it over. Let's go. All right, Vox. Boom.
Nice.
And then maybe we'll do like a quick little bit of that. Just a little bit of that. So keep the momentum going forward.
Keep it, yeah.
See if that goes there. Cool. And then move it forward. Boom. I'm just gonna take off that back side of it, and then we can do
nice little. It's gonna have to be perhaps the quickest recap in Adobe Live history, but we're good for it. I believe we are good for it.
Cool. Close enough. Good enough. I'm gonna wash my hands of that. I think it's strong. It's good enough. We got a gradient in there. I think it's fun. The van mockup is also from Supply Family. Go check it out. They've got some really good stuff. Something about don't tell me something because I'll make more memes in chat. You mean memes, Val? I know.
Memes.
But anyways, really quick recap.
Yes.
We've made a billboard, not that one. We made better billboards. We've got the posters. We did the orbs. I ended up doing a little bit of this off stream yesterday. Got the mockups going. Started to lay out some collateral with it. Let me pull out that. We got our soccer jersey that we did. We've got our logo done as well. We've got a ton of patterns, both kind of the V, the O, the X's, all kind of making their own. We've also got some standalone patterns as well. Honestly, I had a lot of fun building these. I think we could still explore the gradient stuff a lot more. I think that was a great idea from both you and chat. I think it was awesome. I want to explore it more. We ended up building having a secondary typeface that kind of felt a little bit more alive, or not as bit-y. What else do we have? We did this mock-up over here. Preview is very small. We did fire extinguisher. We did this billboard mock-up. That was all crypto trading style. We did the soccer screen from yesterday, and then the kit. I think I got all of it. Oh, we also did this also.
I almost forgot about that. How can we forget that one?
We're just
In all
knocking
its
out
glory.
so many. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's been an absolute. I mean, I feel like everyone has kind of seen the nice transition from day one to day two, and hopefully, you guys have been inspired from what you have seen. Alex, how can they find out about you, man? Just like a quick minute, like I think actually might have had the chat already. Val might have even linked it in there.
So essentially, come on over to my Behance, hang out with me there. Behance.net/Alex Lazaris. Last name is Lazaris. That's where all my stuff is. That's where I'm hanging out. Ping me if you have any questions or need anything. Or you can go to my agency website, which is wearelazarus.com, and just keep in touch. I'm going to put this on the Behance later on, probably in a couple of weeks.
Awesome.
Excited.
Well, my lovely people, I think that is kind of time's up now. So just a little wrap up. Adobe Live will be back tomorrow with our evangelist for a full day of masterclasses, followed by a new episode of Office Hours with Nick Longo and Andrew Hortradle. So you won't want to miss that, my folks. Alex, it's been a pleasure, dude, hosting you, man. I knew it'd be awesome, and it definitely didn't disappoint. Thank you to you lovely people in the chat. Again, without you guys, there'll be no Adobe Live, and of course to our moderators and team at Adobe Live. So on that note, take care, my friends. Be safe, and we'll see you very, very soon.
Thank you. Bye.